and welcome to an episode of Deal Talk. I'm Dio. Let's talk. My guest of the evening is the founder of the R.E.L.L.E Legacy Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to LaTrenda Ross. Welcome to the
Yeah,
show. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited. I just love telling my story, and I'm just very grateful for you. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. Thank you for I know the past weeks I had to reschedule and thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for not giving up on the show and being interested in coming on the show. You're a Jersey City native like
Yes.
me, and I always try to support my community, but when my community doesn't want to engage, I can't do nothing about that. So thank you so much.
Good. Listen, if you need engagement, I got you.
Hey, I appreciate it. Um, so tell me a little about it. What inspired you to start your foundation? Because you have an amazing story, right? And I'm gonna give you the floor so you can start.
Okay. Last year, in October, I was taking a shower and I felt a lump on my left breast.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
this is something that I always do, which is I do breast self examinations. I go to the doctors regularly. They guide you and tell you what you should be doing as a patient, as a woman, as a human being, as a person. So I always follow what the doctors tell me to do to be aware of your body. If there's any markings on your body, you never seen it before, come in. We'll go over and see what's going on. So with the lump, I was like, wait a minute, what the heck is this?
Hmm.
I'm talking to the lump like, like it's my best friend type of thing. And I'm like, you wasn't here like a few weeks ago or a month ago. Now, mind you, 7 months prior, I had a mammogram.
Okay.
And the mammogram came back allegedly that there was nothing wrong. There was nothing there. As I go get my mammograms every year, okay? Something that I do every year around my birthday, which is so I felt the lump and I said, okay, I'm gonna wait maybe about 2, 3 weeks. I waited, it was still there. And I said, no, I have to call my doctor. So I called my doctor. I said, listen, there's a lump by my breast. And she asked me, she said, LaTrenda, are you sure there's a lump? And I said, yeah, I know my body. There is a lump. So she said to come in. I went in. She even checked and she said, LaTrenda, something is there. I don't know what, but something is there. So we're going to have to send you back for a mammogram. Sent me back for a mammogram. The mammogram came back that says something is there. Okay. Now, once they determine that something is there, now you got to go for a biopsy. I went for the biopsy. I never had a biopsy done. It is the most painful thing that you can ever imagine. Okay. Went for the biopsy. I waited maybe about a week or so, and I actually received the medical report before my doctors received it. Okay. Because
Hmm.
I'm linked up with the different patient portals. When you go to doctors, sometimes these doctors, you can always review your reports, blood work, and all these different things like that. So I had already seen the report, kind of knew because I, started Googling the definitions, all of these different terminologies.
Yes,
But I'm
yes.
no doctor and I needed confirmation. So December 2nd is when the doctor called me around 6 o'clock in the evening. And she said to me, I get teary eyed when I talk about this. And she said to me, LaTrenda, unfortunately, it is breast cancer. You've been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I um, I just lost it. I just lost it. Even though I kind of knew, but to actually hear it from, your doctor to confirm that that's what you have, I just was I was no good. actually. I was just no good. Of course, it said that I had something that's called triple negative breast cancer, which is a rare form of breast cancer. It's very aggressive, and it happens a lot more in Black women, I want to say. Um, so she said that the next thing to do is that I'm going to refer you to an oncologist. And that's where everything started happening. Is I had to go see an oncologist. But let me go back. I called my family, okay, because this is important. I called my daughters. My oldest daughter just had a baby, so she couldn't come over to my place. My youngest daughter came, and my grandson. I have a grandson who, at that time last year, he was 23. He's 24 now, and they both came, and we all was just crying, and they were all
Right.
like, it's okay, you're gonna be good, don't worry about it, whatever we gotta do, we're gonna do it. And to hear all of that, yes, but to still phantom the words that you just been diagnosed with breast cancer, everything is going through my mind. And through my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh my God, this, and oh my God, that, and oh my God, just so many things. I was very lost for about 3 weeks, I want to say. I'm a very spiritual person, very faithful. I believe in God. Like, that's my best friend. Like, we
Amen.
good. And I think for me, I needed to really understand the ramifications of what was told to me and to process everything that's going to now happen probably within the next year or so, or the next couple of months or whatever. Um, of course, I had to go see an oncologist. The oncologist that I went to see, God bless him, God bless him. His name is Dr. Amit Patel. He is awesome, very caring, empathetic oncologist doctor, explains everything to you picture wise, whatever you need to know to understand what this disease is, and what the ramifications of it is, and how we're going to treat this disease. Was
Mm.
unbelievable, because a lot of times you hear horror stories, right, about doctors, of them not treating you fairly, not explaining everything to you, and you just leave there like questions, like thousands and thousands of questions. I didn't have that with this doctor. Um, and then I saw another doctor, Dr. Darren Sachs, who was a breast surgeon. And of course, the same bedside manner, everything, explained everything to me. Treatment started. The first thing started with me was they put a port inside of me, which I still have to this day. And I got treated with chemo first,
Mm.
chemotherapy first. Your treatments are not the same as maybe for everybody else. And it all depends
Okay.
on the type of breast cancer you've been diagnosed with. So I went for uh, chemo for about 5 months, I want to say. Started out good, no pain. I had lots of energy. I was good. The second part of the chemo is when I literally felt everything, like drainage type of thing. No energy. Weekends, forget it. You couldn't ask me to go out. You couldn't ask me to do nothing. I wasn't able to. It was like I slept my life away during the second go around of the chemo treatment. Um, an awful feeling, because I'm like the Energizer Bunny. I'm always on a
Hmm.
go. I'm always like volunteer. I'm always doing things I'm just always busy. And so not to be able to do that, it took a toll on me as well, because I couldn't, I just couldn't do it. Um, Went through that. Okay. And then I had surgery. I just had breast surgery August 13th, this past August
Oh, wow.
13th. Yeah. Um,
Wow.
so it was a lot. And we're talking about from December of last year, right? 2024. And I just had breast surgery August 13th. They didn't have to remove my breast, but they did have to remove, the mass, and it was 7 lymph nodes that they had to remove. Um, I'm still in recovery, still swollen, still sensitive, all these different things like that. Now, the next treatment is radiation. Okay. I'm not looking
Mm.
forward to radiation. Radiation is going to take a toll on my body as well. They told me around the third or the fourth week. I have to have a month of radiation, Monday through Friday,
Every day.
every day, Monday through Friday for 4 weeks. Not looking forward to it. And I'm glad it's only 4 weeks because I was told that at one point it was 35 sessions. So that would have brought you into like maybe 7 weeks. But it's been reduced now because things change year after year. Things start to change. The treatment plans start to change and different things. So this time around, which I'm glad I got caught in this, is that I will only have to do 4 weeks of radiation, which starts next week. Not looking forward
Wow.
to it because, again, that's going to take a toll on my body. It's going to drain me. They told me it's going to be days where you can ask me to go out to dinner, and I'm going to be like, yeah, okay. And then, like 5 minutes later, it's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I've been talking to people, getting their take on it with people who've been going through radiation and things, and they all say the same thing. It's like your body, you're going to be tired, basically. So, not looking forward to it, but I got to do what I got to do. The great news is, okay, because when they did the breast surgery and they had to take out the mass and all of that, they had to send it out for to the pathologist to determine if the cancer was still there or it's gone. And I'm happy to say I am in remission.
Yes, congratulations.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes. I'm in remission. The cancer is gone. There's nothing there. But questions have arisen as, well, why do you still have to go through treatment? Remember, I
Yes.
said every breast cancer diagnosis is different. There's treatment plans are different. And so with this particular breast cancer diagnosis, I have to go through radiation. After radiation, and then I have to do 9 sessions of preventive medicine, medication, which that will be back going into my port. Um, and then after that, it will be being on medication for 5 years. And then I should be good come January 2026. I'm like, I'm going to come in with a bang.
Yes. God
But
willing,
yes,
yes. I'm into that.
yes, yes,
Well, it sounds like you you have had a long year.
yes,
A
yes,
long year. And
yes,
you're still here fighting. God bless to that. That's the most important thing. That you haven't given up and you're still fighting.
yes. Every day, I've been working ever since, nonstop. I have not stopped working. I could have taken FMLA. I could have did a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm not that type of person. I understand that you got to take care of yourself. Taking care of myself means that I still continue to be busy, and still continue to do what I love to do, which is helping people, doing the best that I can to live my life for its meaning and its purpose. I have a family. I have 5 grandchildren. I have 2 daughters. I have a son-in-law. And, it's important for me to be there for them and my families. I've never given up. And that's not even in me to do that anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's to give up. That wasn't even on my mind to do that. So I've been pushing and pushing ever since. And yeah, I'm doing what I need to do to take care of myself.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So, and this is what inspired you and led you to start your foundation. Can you give us a little backstory to that? What's it entail? What resources you can offer or you offer?
Sure, sure. So through the midst of all of this, right? Nothing is new with me. I wear many hats. I wear
Mhm.
a different color hat every day, probably at every hour. So it's just another calling of what God has me to do. I always say this to people, I'm blessed, really blessed, highly favored and blessed. But I'm really blessed because I know that God appointed me to really help his people. And I've been doing this for 30 years. I work in the social services field. I've been doing this for 30 years. And it hasn't stopped. And I just said to myself, you know what? Maybe this is another avenue for me to take because now I belong to another community. Okay. And this community deals with people who have been diagnosed with breast cancers and people in remission. So I am a pink warrior now. Okay. And I thought, wow, I'm always helping people. I continue to do that. So why don't I do that for people such as myself? And so I thought about starting this. It didn't actually start out starting a foundation. What happened is a good friend of mine started a GoFundMe page to help me out personally. And I don't know if people realize this, is that when you are diagnosed with a serious illness, it costs more money for you to dish out than you just dishing out rent, food, and all of these different things like that.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
sometimes your health insurance may not cover certain things. You still need transportation to go back and forth to the doctors. Now you got to turn around and change your all your eating habits, start eating fresh foods and vegetables and things. All of this costs a lot of money. And so she started a GoFundMe page for me. And I said, wow, you know what would be great if I start the foundation, right? And I can take half of the money and start building the foundation. And that's what I've been doing. So half of the GoFundMe money that's been pouring in, I'm using half of that money to start the foundation. I rarely even touch the money to even help me personally, but if I need it, it's there. If not, it will go all directly to the foundation. But it's called the R.E.L.L. Legacy Foundation. And why is it called the R.E.L.L. Legacy Foundation? Well, remember I said I have 5 grandchildren?
Yes.
Okay, so the first initials of their name is what R.E.L.L. stands for. So
Wow.
it's named after my 5 grandchildren. Rajon, Evan, I gotta count them on my fingers. Oh my God. It's Rajon, Evan, Evie, Lavender, and Layla. So that's why
Beautiful.
it's called the R.E.L.L. Legacy Foundation.
Wow,
Um,
that's amazing. Shout out to your
yeah.
friend for starting that for you.
Um, I wanted something to have a lasting impact on our community, my community, and communities throughout the world. Whenever that time comes for me to leave this world, I want my grandchildren to be able to take on the R.E.L.L. Legacy Foundation to continue to be that support system for people such as myself who've been diagnosed with breast cancer and also survivors. Because we want to be able to make sure we're here to support, right, each other. And I want to be able to provide workshops. I want to be able to provide them with food. I want to be able to provide them with transportation assistance. And so, with all of that, we started something called the Brave and Beyond Financial Assistance Program. And part of that is what we're doing actually this month, October 25th. We're going to have a breast cancer awareness event, which is called Bravery and Beyond Pink. Together we rise. And we are going to be giving up to $250 to 10 people who live in
Wow.
Hudson County, New Jersey. That money is for them to use towards any bills that they may have, whether it's a utility bill, a cell phone bill, whether they need groceries, whether they need transportation, whether they need to pay for co-pays, whatever their heart desire. That's what we want to be able to do, is to give them up to $250 at the breast cancer awareness event in October 25th, which is a Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Um, and we want to continue this every year, but be able to help more people. I don't just want to help 10. You know me, I have a passion. I want to help
Yeah.
hundreds, thousands of people. We can't do that if we don't have the funds to do that. But like I said, I believe that this is a mission. It is a purpose. It is something that I believe that people will buy into because I know a lot of people where I live at, and they believe that this is something that I'm putting my whole heart into, wanting to continue to help others. I help people 7 days a week. 7 days a week.
Mm,
Everybody asks me, when do I sleep? I'll be like, what do you mean, when do I sleep? I
mm.
don't know. I go to bed like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. But yes,
That's
that is,
amazing.
yeah, yes,
That's
yes,
amazing.
yes, yes.
Where's it located? What's it? You mentioned the date, but location wise.
It's going to be at Taper and Tonic Barbershop in Hoboken. My nephew, Louis Lugo, he owns two barbershops in Hoboken. He loves his auntie so much. And, when he found out that I was diagnosed, he just said, Auntie, why don't we just host a breast cancer awareness event? Let's do that. And so we've been working on this for 5 months. We have a lot of vendors who are going to come and present their information by hosting their tables. And it's information to help people who are basically currently diagnosed with breast cancer or survivors. There's a lot of resources out here. People are not aware of it. And we want to make sure that these resources are out here so that people can really tap into them. We're going to offer people who want to have a haircut. Maybe somebody, want to come and say, you know what, I want all my hair off. It's
Mm.
okay. We're going to do that for you. You ain't got to pay a dime. We're going to, if you want your hair up, it's fine. If you want to shape up, whatever you need, we're going to be able to do that for you. And then we're going to have someone that's going to be offering free chair massages. So you can get a chair massage. And then we're also going to have someone to do makeup, makeover, if you want your face made up. We just have so many vendors who are going to come out and want to really support and participate in this event. So kudos to my nephew, kudos to the city of Hoboken, who's also going to be chiming in to be able to experience this with us as well. It wouldn't have happened without a lot of supporters. And I'm very grateful. We're very grateful for everyone who wants to come in and wants to be able to make sure this event is a success.
Wow, that's amazing. Shout out to everybody that's helping you and organizing everything. That's
Yes,
amazing. We
yes,
need
yes.
more. We need more unity like that in the world. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's a blessing. It's not
yeah.
easy. It's not easy. What's incredible
Listen,
about your
I
story?
know.
Yeah, what I find incredible about your story is like it happened like overnight.
Yes,
Like like with no explanation or understanding. It's just that's crazy.
yeah. Listen, I tell people now because I'm also on a mission. I have social media sites, and I usually go on Facebook and Instagram. I'm just learning how to do TikTok and that a little bit. But I wholeheartedly promote people to really start taking care of themselves. I'm very serious about this because if you do not know your body, right? How can you go into the doctor's office and explain anything if you don't know what's going on with you? And we as women, we need to be more focused on, on our, not just our appearance, but why is that lump there? Was that there last week? You got to think, was that there last week? If it was there last week and it's still there, maybe you go back 2 weeks, 3 weeks later and it's still there. We need to be going to the doctors to find out what's going on. Why is it still there? What is this all about? And with me having that lump, I could have been like, you know what? I'm busy. I don't have time to go to the doctors. I could have just said anything. But me personally, I know who I am. I know my body. And I know that I see anything that's not right. I'm calling my doctor.
Yeah, yeah. It's important to be proactive. There's some people that feel something like that and quickly become in denial
Yes.
or do their best to ignore it and not deal with it because they're scared.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
was it was it difficult? Like once when you were diagnosed, was it difficult gathering information
Um,
or like like for example, like I asked because my son a couple of years ago got diagnosed with autism, right?
Okay.
And my experience, and when I speak to other parents with child with special needs, they have the same example as me, and we're like, they give you a plan fit and good luck.
Yeah.
And you got to literally go and figure it out, get information, see if there's help and things like that.
One thing about me, so I belong to like different communities, and throughout my years of my life, all my community people call me the queen of networking because
Mm,
there's resources that I literally will come across and share that information. My information is free, okay? You ain't got to pay to know where to go get food pantry. You ain't got to pay me to do any of that. So any information that I get, I'm sharing. So it's like I'm already used to all of this. So me researching information, right, about uh, people who've been diagnosed with cancer was nothing to me. The great thing is that I was assigned a social worker, right? Which is crazy because it's like, wow, I never had a social worker. And now I got to have a social worker. Our social worker was great. She used to send me all kinds of information by email, anything I needed, any questions, any paperwork that needed to be filled out for my job, whatever it was, she was on point. Information that I found, I would send to her. Hey, did you know about this? Nope. So I would share with her so she can share it with her patients as well. So it worked hand in hand. So any information that I search for, it's not just for me. It's to help other people that's going through the same thing that I'm going through. And it just doesn't necessarily have to be attached to breast cancer. It could be, for example, there's a program here in New Jersey, which is in some counties. There's a program called Pals and Produce, right?
mhm.
And it's a program that offers free produce for people who are diagnosed with cancer, right? But it's not only for those people, but it's also for their caregivers. Okay. So I have two caregivers. I have my daughters. They could get free produce, but they don't want it because of the fact they taken away from somebody else. I'm like, no, it's not like that. But there is a program that offers you free produce, carrots, potatoes, sweet potatoes, kale, collard greens, salad. Like you get a big box every month. The first of the month, they send you a big box full of produce. And I take my produce, like the greens and things like that, I make green juice. I bought me another NutriBullet, and that's what I use to make my green juice and stuff. It's really all about being healthy now. Seriously, there's certain things you shouldn't be eating, especially with sugar. Cancer loves sugar. It loves sugar. So those are some things that you have to really think about wanting to stay away
Yeah.
from. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of programs out here. Another good program is called, I don't know the name of it, but what it does is offer you two free residential cleanings, meaning that the organization is attached to different residential cleaning companies. And one of the cleaning companies that is attached to, which is here, I believe it's in, I think, North Bergen, is called Blue Maid Services. Blue Maid
Mm.
Services actually came into my home and cleaned my home twice for free. I didn't have to pay a dime. Because you got to think, when you're going through these different type of treatments and you're sick, you don't have the energy to do anything,
Yeah.
let alone do laundry and clean it. Okay, so yeah, they came in and it did two free cleanings. Now the good thing about Blue Maid is the owner, she and I have developed a really awesome relationship. She's also going to participate in the breast cancer awareness event. And she's going to be offering those 10 people. Remember, I said that those 10 people are going to get up to $250. She's going to offer them one free cleaning, all 10 of
Wow.
them. Yes. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. That's amazing stuff. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is when I say we have a lot of support, and I tend to have more because we want to offer more services to people. I want to see the Real Legacy Foundation grow, not just from giving 10 people, but to give it to next year 100 people, and so forth and so forth and so forth after that.
Yes, 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 yes. That's incredible. That's incredible. I'm happy that it's unfortunate that you had to go through that, right? To um create something such amazing that's helping that will help many people, right? But start somewhere.
Yeah, you know you do, and I thought about it because after doing a lot of research and reviewing like a lot of the different programs, especially the financial programs. Like majority of them, I was knocked out of the box. And why was I knocked out of the box? Because of the income. You know, you have to make a certain amount of money, and a lot of times it's mostly for people who's making like under $45,000 or $40,000. That defeated the purpose with me, and it's like, wow, that's crazy. That I can't even get one program to apply for one program. Um, and I don't want the Real Legacy Foundation to be like that. But of course, that there's somewhere along the line, we're going to have to kind of curtail that because we're not going to be able to help everybody.
Yeah.
But, I want to be able to expand it a little bit more because even if you make in $100,000, you still have to pay money towards treatment, towards anything that's involving your diagnosis. And so we want to be able to help people who are going to be it's going to cause a financial burden too.
Yeah. And that's kind of unfair, right? That you're going through these health issues and from all your problems that you have, right? And you still got to pay to get insurance. You still got to pay to get help and take care of your health.
Yeah, yeah. Now the great thing is, I am so super. I'm very, really, really, really super blessed because my health insurance company is awesome. We have I have great health insurance, to be honest with you. I really, really do. But yet I still have to come out of my pocket sometimes, and that's with co-pays. I was going to the doctor at least 2 and 3 times a week. That's $10.
Mm.
Since last year. Add all of
Mhm.
that up.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Especially
know?
others that probably have the same thing and their price is a little bit more steeper, So
Yes.
like it's it sucks and it's unfortunate. You
Yeah.
know, we live in one of the most advanced countries in the world, and yet we still have to pay for these necessities that we shouldn't have to pay.
Yeah. Yeah. Including transportation. I still have to pay to get back and forth to the doctors. I mean, sometimes, yeah, I have family who help sometimes, but I can't disrupt their life and their schedules. They can only do but so much. I have a grandson, he drives. So he was able sometimes to take me, but it all depends on what his schedule is with his job. Like it was like everybody has to be on board right now. Okay, there's no sitting back and laying back right now. This is what LaTrenda needs at this particular time, which is very hard for me. I'm a very independent person. I don't like asking people for anything. Trust me, trust me. If I got a quarter, I'm gonna sit on that quarter.
Mm,
That's just who I am. So to be able to ask people to help me is tough, was very tough for me, and it's still tough for me, but
yeah,
my
especially if
grandson,
I'm sure you're the one that everyone is the one who looks for you for help, right?
yes, every day, all day.
Yes, yes.
Yes, every day, all day. I have a sister who tells me all the time, she's like, LaTrenda, it's your time now. It's your time. And I'm getting teary eyed, and I comprehend all of that, but it's like I don't want to really comprehend it. because no matter what, I'm still going to be able to be out here helping people anyway. I don't know how to sit down and just be quiet. I don't know how to do all of
Yeah.
that. I don't know how to say, like, yeah, I need help,
Yeah.
you know.
No, but that's what keeps you moving. That's what keeps you alive. You know, there's stories that laughter cures cancer. Who knows? Maybe you not staying put and continue to fight to continue living, right? That's the cure right there. Like
Yeah.
you can't just because you can't stop. If you got the energy, you got the willpower. I grew up with my grandparents, and once you get to a certain age, and I've seen this with them where it's like, they told you to stop and you slowly start deteriorating, you know?
Hmm.
And it's
Yes.
like you still got juice in the tank.
Yes.
Let's make something happen. Let's make it worth their while.
Yes. 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 That's me. That's how I look at life. I believe I'm here for a reason and a purpose. It could have turned out another way, but God didn't see it that way. I've had a lot of people praying for me. A lot of people praying for me.
Amen.
People I don't even know, praying for me. People who just drop food off for me. People who just, like, LaTrenda, what do you like to eat? I'm gonna send you a gift card or whatever the case. I've had a lot of people who really have been very supportive of me, continue to be supportive of me. Just today, one of my colleagues told me I think she went to Egypt. I think it was Egypt she went to. And she told me, she said, LaTrenda, a lot of times when I go over there, you kind of forget things or whatever the case. She said, but the one thing I didn't forget was to pray for you. I was
Hmm.
almost crying. She said, yeah, I went to the temple and I would pray. I pray for you every day. She told me this. And I believe her. I believe her. And I believe people when they tell me that they've been praying for me every day and they continue. LaTrenda, I went to mass and I prayed for you. And I'm like, I feel that. I felt that. I feel it every time somebody tells me that. You don't even have to tell me, and I feel it. I just feel the prayers. I feel people who wish me well and want me to get better. Like I feel all of that, and I just know that I'm just here for a reason and a purpose, and that is really to continue my work. Is to really to help people. That's just me.
That's your purpose. I was watching this past Sunday. I watched Elevation in Church, right? And he said something along the lines, and we're like, "There's always going to be somebody bigger than you.
Yes.
It's especially the enemy. The enemy's always going to be bigger than you,
Yes.
but you can't focus on that. You got to focus on what's even bigger, and that's God's purpose. And that's what I'm hearing with you is it doesn't matter how much downtime, how much negative happens, you're still pushing through and you're still inspiring people and you still want to help people no matter what. And
Yes.
that's courageous, that's honorable, that's respectful, and keep going, keep going.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I feel good. The cancer's gone. We just need to focus on the next treatment and the next treatment after that. And I just January 2026. Happy New Year. I'm
Yes,
everything. I should be good. I should
you
be
will be
good.
good. Will be
Yes.
good. You gotta look at it as it's still some work to be due. You can't you
Yes.
can't you can't be afraid of a little work. There's always work gonna be need to be done. So, you just gotta work it out. Take your day step by step,
Yes.
and you will be okay. You will persevere. You will
Yes.
come on top because you're gonna be in God's Hall of Fame, and that's the most
Yes.
important part.
Yes, yes. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so we're looking forward to this event. We hope you can, if you want to, stop by.
I
We're
would
gonna
love to, yes.
have some refreshments, and yeah, we just We just have a line of vendors, and we want more people to apply for the Brave and Beyond Financial Assistance Program. I think we only have about 4 people. The deadline was extended until the 10th, which is this week, Friday, I believe. And so we want more people to apply for the program. At this point, if we got 4, you automatically know those 4 are going to get it.
Mm,
So we get more people to apply. If there's 10, those 10 people are going to get it automatically. There's nothing to kind of like shift through applications because it's only 10 people.
yeah. Where
But if we,
where can they find this information? Is there a website? Is there a phone number they can call? Email address they need to email? How can they contact you to get this?
yeah, so people can send me an email at LATREND as in David, A as in Apple, Ross, ROSS, TNB as in boy, C as in cat at gmail.com. TNBC stands for triple negative breast cancer,
Mm.
because that's what I have. That's what I was diagnosed with. So that's what it means. Or people can call me, text me, 201-618-5745. And we'll be happy to have my Brave and Beyond financial manager to be able to connect with the person and be able to get them to start the application.
All right. Do you have any social media where they can follow you there, and or any links on your social media pages that they can, click and have access?
Yeah, so Facebook is LaTrenda Ross, just LaTrenda Ross,
Boom.
LaTrendaRoss. You will know me because I have a red suit on. And then, because I'm just learning all of this stuff right now, Instagram is trending, TRENDING into INTO. And what else am I missing? That was Instagram, right? LinkedIn, same thing, LaTrenda Ross is on
Mm.
LinkedIn. And TikTok is, I don't even know what TikTok is. I'm sorry. I think it's Trenda0523.
We'll get it. It'll be once this episode comes out, it'll be in the description, so anybody can just click it and gain
Yeah.
access to her quickly. So don't worry about that. We got you here.
Thank you. I told you I'm just learning about TikTok. I'll be 101. Oh my gosh. But
Before we go, is there anything you want to let the people know, remind them of?
yeah, so I want everyone to really, really think about yourself. Care enough about yourself to know your body. Um, if anything, it seems out of whack, something is not right, I implore you to go see your doctors. I implore us as women and men, because men also get breast cancer. And this event is not just for women, it's for men as well. And men can apply also to the financial assistance program. So I'm not never going to forget about my brothers, and
Mm.
my sisters. We all think about pink warriors because of women, but no, our brothers too get diagnosed with breast cancer. And so I want people to really start doing their breast self-examinations. Okay. It's very, very important. And I understand that we may be scared. I try to make fun things about it. I say, listen, get your mammogram, but do it as a group. Bring your best friend, bring your girlfriends, do it as bring your mother, whoever, so that you guys can go together. Not only that, afterwards, celebrate. Go eat out, have drinks, or whatever the case may be, and talk about the experience. This is what I want people to really take into stride, to care more about themselves and their bodies. Please have that relationship with your medical team. Have those questions, have that dialogue. Whatever you don't understand, ask the questions. I carry a notebook with me every time I go to the doctors. I have questions every time I go. I never leave my doctor's office without asking them questions. It's very important for me to do that because I need to understand, what did you just tell me? I need to be able to
Yes.
understand that. And I need for you to understand the questions that I'm asking you so that you can answer them. So that's what I want people to do is really think about your health. I've started going out, taking walks now during my lunch period. I just don't sit because I work from home now. I don't sit in my apartment and work all day. I go out, I take walks. I make sure I eat my fresh vegetables and fruits and all these different things like that. I go exercise now. I don't care if it's only 15 minutes. I get up and I move and I do what I need to do so that I can continue to take care of myself. And that's what I want people to start doing.
Amen. Amen to that. Amen to that. Facts. Remember, make sure to go follow, go support her, go apply, and share her content, share her word, and just go support her. Go support her right now. She's doing amazing things. Jersey City native. She needs the support. Everybody step up right now and go show some love and support. Thank you for joining me. It's been an honor
Yes,
and pleasure speaking with you. We have to do this again once you're next year,
yes,
and I have the highest hope that you will be here next year stronger
yes,
than ever, spreading your message and helping those in need. God
yes.
bless you.
Thank you. And God
Uh,
bless you.
Amen, amen. Thank you. And make sure to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, Deal Talk TV. And if you like what we're doing, buy us a coffee. The link's on the description. Have a good night, guys. I'm out.